Warning: the opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and/or guest. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Complex Networks, Yahoo Sports, its affiliates, or any employee thereof. This show may contain adult humor and profanity and may not be suitable for general audiences. Now that we got all that corporate bullshit out the way, let's start the show. No more corporate bullshit when you watch sports. Today is the last episode of Mostly Football. It's been phenomenal. Me, Ben, James, we did awesome shit, awesome cast, awesome crew. We brought you a lot of people that they couldn't bring you on the other shows out there that they call themselves the football show. There hasn't been another pregame show like this entire ever to exist in the world ever before time. So thank you guys for tuning in. This shit's been very fucking awesome. I enjoyed it. I can't believe motherfuckers let me be on TV because I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. But hopefully you guys thought they thought right. So thank you from us and everyone else that's watching this shit. So let's get this shit going. Peace!
Getting us all fired up for the last show. Let's go. Let's go. Football shit.
A monologue.
Football
Give it
stuff.
Woo!
Yeah, Marty, run through a wall for this motherfucker. You know what it is. It's mostly football. I can't believe it. It's the last show. It's been an amazing ride. Everybody's been fired up here for this final episode. We got Marty, the Super Bowl champ, king of Super Bowl weekend in Atlanta. James Davis, who's kind enough to slum it with us here while he's not pumping up jokes on Bad Boys.
I'm a big deal.
It's a very, very big deal. I'm Ben Lyons, and I might be your Lyft driver tonight. All right, so let's get to it. It's the last show of the season. We got a big one now. What did you guys remember most, though, when you look back at all the 23 episodes we've done to date?
I mean, just becoming friends with you.
Yeah, it took me like 5 weeks before you stopped calling me Brian. For like 5 weeks, he was like, oh, Brian, James. Week 6, we'll get it, Mark.
I think the biggest thing was just the conversations that we've been able to have. Like, we've been able to talk about sports in a way that most people haven't been able to talk about sports. We've been able to say things that we want to say. We're getting a true feeling without the corporate people being in our ear all the time. And I think that's awesome, and I think people enjoyed that.
I think we're three very creative, very charismatic guys, and I just enjoy hanging out with you guys. And honestly, we're all gonna do great things after this separately, because I'm not coming back. But like in general, I really feel like it's up and great for us after this.
You told a few good jokes.
He actually showed his football knowledge. You know, back in August when the show started, we were like, all right, just James know about football.
If it wasn't on Madden, I didn't know it.
You know what I mean?
Now you talk about X's and O's, what the tight end is doing.
Before the
It's
Steelers
like Romo
imploded.
than me.
Yeah.
Before Patrick Mahomes was an MVP and before the Patriots figured it all out, Mostly Football aired its first show, and James was really kind of Nostradamus, I guess.
As I just got into a new NBA program at the Harvard University, so I'm looking forward to that.
Wow, this guy designed his own sweatshirt, designed the set, designed the music, host the show, going to Harvard. What are you doing this weekend, James?
Well, my weekend is going to be watching Tiger win on Sunday, and then Monday, I'm going to be checking out my LA Rams to see if we really got that Super Bowl potential, because I really haven't been excited about LA football since Bo Jackson back in the day.
Yeah.
So I want Todd Gurley to be my Bo Jackson, and he should be rested because they didn't play no preseason football. You better be amazing if you do nothing in preseason.
Super Bowl or bust for the Rams? You making a prediction?
Super Bowl, baby.
I also said he would be our Bo Jackson.
Nah, he turned out to be a no Jackson.
He's so much funnier than he was in the beginning.
Well, coming up on the season finale, Adam Pally, you know him from Happy Endings, The Mindy Project, and the new comedy Champagne Ill. He's here to play How Many Fucks. Plus, Mr. Two Phones himself, rapper Kevin Gates, is in the house. And comedian Emmanuel Hudson will be here. We got a big show, and we started all with the signing of Kareem Hunt to the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Chiefs famously cut Hunt in November after video surfaced of him shoving and kicking a woman. Now, Hunt, who signed for a reported $1 million, remains on the commissioner's exempt list and can't play it down until the NFL concludes its investigation. It remains to be seen how many games Hunt will be suspended for the 2019 season. It's also worth noting that Browns GM John Dorsey, who drafted Hunt when he worked in Kansas City, also drafted Tyreek Hill, who was accused of assaulting his pregnant girlfriend. So, Marty, what do you make of the Browns signing Kareem Hunt?
I just think it's crazy. I think, again, it's the moral compass of the NFL. This guy he lost his job in the middle of the season, and he has not been out of the work. As soon as the season ended, he got picked up on another team. I don't know is there enough time to reflect or how you going to put things in line to do things differently? I mean, I don't really understand. And then do the Cleveland Browns have a program to keep him out of a situation like this? If you think about Johnny Manziel, they do not. Or you think about
Josh Gordon,
they do not. So they're not a good organization for troubled players to go to and play there. So, I'm interested in seeing how they run things there.
It's also the NFL sending a pretty fucked up message, because here you have Colin Kaepernick, who can't get back on the field for speaking out against social injustice, and now Kareem Hunt can beat up a woman and he can play football again. So when you hear that he signs, you think about Cap?
I mean, yeah, I definitely think about Cap, and I also just, it's just sad. It's like you can't, the Cleveland Browns are an organization with fans, and some of those fans have been victims of domestic violence, and just to allow somebody like that into your organization, which when you're a deep fan, that's like an extension of your family. It's just a little odd.
But it's also interesting that, like, it's crazy that the league will forgive you for hitting a woman before they will forgive you for fighting for those injustices that a certain race of people have to go through.
You know,
Black people,
I think
those
my
certain
blanket
races.
rule applies, and I stand by it. You punch a woman, no football for you. Sorry, you give up that right. So, all right, now let's go on to some other player movement news. Antonio Brown officially asked the Steelers for a trade, telling fans on IG, it's time to move on and forward. Safety Eric Reed, who famously couldn't find a job after all the Kaepernick shit, well, he signed a 3-year, $22 million deal to stay with the Carolina Panthers. Shout out to him for doing that. That's awesome, and I just wonder how many random drug tests he's going to get next season. The Broncos just traded for the Ravens' Joe Flacco. Yes, Joe Flacco, who hasn't looked good since he beat the Broncos back in the playoffs a few years ago. Now, Marty, if John Elway wanted a veteran quarterback, why don't you go with Nick Foles maybe instead of Joe Flacco?
I'm not going with either one of them. Me personally, I mean, Flacco, clearly the Ravens feel like there's time to move on for him for a reason with a quarterback that hasn't proven that he could throw the ball yet. So you think about a guy who's been getting worse and worse over the last 4 years of football, and John Elway does not pick quarterbacks very well. Like, he doesn't do a good job at picking quarterbacks. I don't know why that is, because he's supposed to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but he can't recognize talent in other quarterbacks. So, again, I have no idea what this move is going to do. I think they do have a guy that can throw the ball, a big quarterback that can stand in there and again, the right offense, he can make some plays. We haven't seen him do a lot of that just yet, but we'll see how it goes.
It's tough if you're a Broncos fan and you're like, we got Flacco, we good.
I know, like, is there not some other, like, criminal quarterback out there who's, like, waiting to get signed? Why don't they take the Cleveland approach? There's got to be somebody who beat up somebody who's out there with a great arm. Sign him. I mean, obviously there's no standards in the NFL anymore. Or, I don't know, we signed Colin Kaepernick, because I saw a list of all the quarterbacks they've gone through over these years, and they're all trash. So it's like,
It's a dumpster fire over there at the quarterback position.
Yeah, they've done a really bad job in Denver, and now Joe Flacco's in the mix. All right, so this just in, football is still king. The debut of the Alliance of American Football, I call it the Addicted to Football League, with players you've never heard of playing for teams you just don't know, outrated a Rockets Thunder game with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George. Marty, you gonna fire up a blunt and watch some AAF this spring?
No, I'm not. But I think the interesting thing about this, I'm going to definitely fire up a joint this spring, but I won't be watching that shit. But I'll tell you what is interesting about this. All these guys are guys that can play football. And the thing that's going to be interesting about this league is that these guys are playing for something different, right? They're playing to get to the next level. So it's going to be a different intensity, a different type of drive for these guys who are fighting for jobs. These are the bubble roster players. And the bubble roster players always bring it every single Sunday. I always say you need a guy who drives a Ferrari, but that was undrafted. You know what I'm saying? There's a special team guy, because he's going to play hard every single week because he got to pay for that Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? As we get older, we started having diverse portfolios, and, you know, you well invested. Got 529 in Atlanta, in Utah for your kids' college fund. So it's kind of a little different how you out there playing.
Oh, the Utah college fund.
I'm
going to be watching the games now and be like, are these guys playing for their Utah college
somehow he went to money talk. I was like, geez, it went from Ferrari to 401k or something even more.
Yeah, you got your 401k. I think it's interesting. I think a lot of guys in there that can play football that didn't get to make it to the NFL. So I think this league is going to be good, because there's only 1,500 people in the NFL. But there's way more guys who are capable of playing there.
I think it's dope, too, for fans. Like, if you can't, spend all your Comedy Central stand-up money on Rams tickets, like some of us, like, to take your family to this spring football shit and give them that experience at a cost, I think is kind of cool.
And these aren't, like, super high-paid players, so they're allowing them to fuck each other up. Like, they are hitting each other real hard. Like, they don't give a fuck about CTE.
Yeah, that shit. They're like,
Dude,
no, that's the NFL
They are
deal. We don't
trying
want to deal with
kill
that
each
shit.
other.
Well, when you
That's good TV.
when you young and try to make a team, CTE is not even nothing that you think about.
Exactly.
At 23-year-old, as a 23-year-old, you get a concussion. It's like, oh, whatever. I'm ready to do it again. When you start to get 29, 30, like, man, this shit ain't worth it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fucked up. So we'll keep an eye on those dudes. All right, staying on the TV front, HBO's Hard Knocks is reportedly interested in featuring the Jets, Jets next season. Trouble is, the Jets, well, they have no interest, and the league can't force them to do it. Marty, I know you loved being on Hard Knocks. It was your first taste of television superstardom. So what would you say to the Jets on their sort of disinterest in wanting to be a part of it?
Stay away from that shit. They make these storylines. You guys, they cut it up like the Kardashians and shit. They create all these headlines that fucked up and these fucked up storylines that aren't true because they'll take something for week 1 and put it in week 6 of the episodes. And you just kind of like, I did that in week 1. Why they make it look like I'm still not learning from an issue that I had in week 1 as a rookie or whatever? So I don't really think they should do it. I think if you got a young team, it's not a good, like they have, it's not good to have a young team in that type of environment where they can't really just be themselves and kind of grow and continue to build. But for Hard Knocks, it makes sense. New York Jets, they got a lot of problems. This is going to be the year to change. Yeah, that's great television.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell Adam Caparell that the Jets are going to be on Hard Knocks.
It should be the Raiders, man. They don't even have a place to play right now. Like, you talk about drama?
They got to have a new coach, though.
Exactly. You put Marshawn on TV.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to
That's
watch.
good.
All right, so maybe Kyler Murray, he might find himself on Hard Knocks one day, saying he was fully committed to football. The Heisman winner chose the NFL over playing Major League Baseball. Former number 9 pick of the Oakland A's has to return about $1.3 million of his signing bonus and forfeits about another $3.1 million. Murray's expected to be a high first-round draft pick in the NFL, so he's going to get his money one way or another. Interesting side note, Murray signed with the same agent who reps Cliff Kingsbury, the Arizona Cardinals' new coach. Now, the Cardinals happen to have the number 1 pick. Will they go quarterback 2 years in a row? Don't forget, they drafted Rosen last year. And what do you think about Murray choosing football over baseball?
Look, I mean, if he's a really good baseball player, he could play football for a couple of years and then go back and play baseball. You know what I'm saying? I think it's harder to go the other way. You know what I'm saying? We've had guys who play both sports, and I think as a quarterback, it's something that he could do. You got Russell Wilson, who goes train every summer with the Yankees and things like that. So a lot of these guys can play baseball, but I mean, as a money move, as a quarterback, he's kind of safe, so it's a little bit different. But like, you never really know what he wants to do and where his heart is at. So I mean, to each his own. It's good to have options.
James, if you found out about one of the kids you didn't know you had and they wanted to be a baseball player or a football player, what would you have them do?
I mean, if they're a quarterback, then it's like Marty said, it's different because they're kind of protected more and they're not going to take as many hits. But I mean, baseball is long money, so I don't know. First of all, I just don't like the whole beginning of the question about me having kids. That kind of threw me off. But you know what? I feel like there's an open arena for someone to really take over baseball because it's kind of dying and it's boring. So if you can be that, like Tiger Woods.
Baseball's dying?
Yeah,
it's on life support.
Dead. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just.
Do you watch?
No. Does it look like I'm a baseball type guy? Like,
Is this mostly baseball?
Yeah, it's just boring as fuck. Like, who wants to go to a baseball game?
To James's point, if Kyler Murray could come in and kind of be
Exactly.
the new superstar to ignite a generation, maybe there's more profits waiting at the end of that rainbow.
Walk up
Who
to the
knows?
plate playing future, hit a home run, you know what I'm saying?
If they want baseball to grow, what they need to do is take it to the black community and make it accessible for a lot of black kids to play.
Kyler
Murray, there we go. We
but
just
I don't
figured out
think
baseball right here on Mostly Football. All right. Sometimes you say things you happen to regret. Happens to me pretty much every show. Surprised my career still exists 24 weeks in. Chargers safety Jaleel Uday might be asking for a do-over himself. Listen to the toast he recently made with his friends and family.
Cheers. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really, cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really know.
He's getting a lot of shit for this.
I can't do nothing but
Here's the thing. Well, first of all, he got light-skinned kids, but like, if his partner in life happens to be white, that's what they make, light-skinned kids. If I put flour and grease and I say, cheers to more fried chicken, well, because that's the ingredients of their relationship. It's not saying that light-skinned kids are better, but his wife is white. So if he's making more dark-skinned kids, that's cheating. So, I mean, what was he really supposed to say? Like, I just feel like this is a reach where, like,
cheers to more beautiful kids.
And
Cheers
his
to
kids,
more gorgeous
he was just
kids.
being specific. His kids be light skinned. He's not saying cheers to everybody's kids. Cheers to our kids that me and my white wife make who happen to be light skinned.
He's talking to everybody at the table. He's talking to everybody at the table.
Okay, true that.
Right?
Man, you got it.
I'm surprised that people get worked up over this shit. Like, you don't know their friend group. You don't know their inside jokes. You don't know how they all communicate. You don't know what that means. It's the fact that they're like out there on vacation, getting drunk and
If he
hanging out.
said
We're like,
cheers to the
wait a
Holocaust,
minute, like
but here's-
random dude from the football that we don't fucking even really know who you are.
Right,
Like,
who
come on.
died?
Here's the other thing,
Fuck's getting
too.
angry at this shit.
Here's the other thing, too. Don't ever bring my kids up on television.
You?
Yeah, you don't bring my kid into this
You have
shit.
a beautiful
That's
kid.
fucked up.
I apologize.
I appreciate it.
I really, this is the first time in all the episodes where I really felt like
Yeah, you like genuinely said, I'm sorry. Like, I'm very sorry.
Martellus, I apologize sincerely and out of respect, I will never bring up your daughter again.
I'm just glad I ain't have
But
to
I
make...
did make a great point.
You had it's a valid point. It's just not valid when you bring my situation into it. I wonder, but anyway, I ain't gonna make it rain hell in this motherfucker, but my boy Jahil, maybe you too should check out the forecast. Roll this tape.
And now it's time for the Black History Month Weather Report.
Thanks, Steve. But not too many surprises with the weather as we celebrate Black History Month. Let's take a look at the nation. It looks like we can expect light showers of racism and a heavy chance of hate throughout the entire country. So make sure you bring your umbrellas to the cookout this weekend. If you're planning a getaway for Black History Month, Florida might not be the destination for you. It ain't so sunny in the Sunshine State due to shady-ass cops choking black men and calling them boy. Moving along the East Coast, there's a heavy cloud storm rolling through Virginia and a high chance of blackface. Visibility would be just below 0%, so get your tiki torches ready. A cold front is headed to Atlanta, Georgia, which may cause some unexpected ice. Climate change does seem to be happening, but the racial climate doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon. Meanwhile, in Wakanda, it's cloudy with a chance of nigga. I'm Barefoot Jenkins, and that's the weather report. Back to you guys in the studio.
Because cloudy was a slight chance of That's hilarious.
I'm gonna miss doing this show. Now, from the controversies in Virginia to the recent poll that 1/3 of people think it's okay to wear blackface for Halloween, dear white people, it's not. It's been a fucked up Black history, let alone Black History Month. There's the drama over the Gucci blackface sweater. Yeah, someone actually sat in a boardroom at Gucci and was like, approved. And Katy Perry having to pull her line of shoes that resembled minstrel makeup. Again, someone in the boardroom said, go for it, Katy, you're a queen. Then there's Esquire's new cover that addresses white guy struggles. Hey, as a white guy, we don't really have that many struggles, not worthy of being put on the cover of a magazine during Black History Month. Hell, even Senator and presidential hopeful Kamala Harris had to answer questions and critics about regards to her being black enough. This is absolutely ridiculous.
I think they don't understand who black people are. Because if you do, if you walked on Hampton's campus or Howard's campus or Morehouse or Spelman or Fisk, you would have a much better appreciation for the diaspora, for the diversity, for the beauty in the diversity of who we are as black people. So I'm not going to spend my time trying to educate people about who black people are.
I love seeing her on The Breakfast Club, first of all, and I loved hearing what she had to say because, you know, we talk a lot about race on this show. We joke about it. We talk serious stuff about it. And when you do that weather report and you say the racial climate in this country isn't changing anytime soon, we can laugh about it, but it's actually really sad on some way.
Yeah, I think that for me personally, and this is just me talking, I feel like a lot of times the world's not as empathetic as for black people as black people are empathetic for others, right? Like we've been through so much, so we understand other people's struggles, right? We could see with someone else's struggle, we could see that a lot of other races haven't struggled the way that the black people have in America. Like we couldn't read, we as illegal for us to read and write for 250 years, right? Then we couldn't vote. There was a time where we were 3/5 of man. There's so many firsts still happening for black people in this country. And we built the majority of this country on our back. Like when we were free, we didn't get land. They was giving land to everybody. Everybody was here. You take an acre, you take an acre, you take an acre. But we had to start from scratch with nothing while everything was given to everyone right in front of us. And I just think that to try to explain what it means to be black in America, a lot of people will never have to understand it because they will never really try to empathize with us. And they'll be like, oh, well, slavery is over. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you don't tell people from the Holocaust that. Right? You don't but for us, it's like, oh, why you guys still talking about slavery, or why is it such a big deal? So I would agree with her. She can't really educate them on what it means to be black.
A lot of those people are saying, oh, what you're saying of, slavery, get over it. They're also saying, well, the Holocaust didn't exist. So there are those kind of people as well, unfortunately.
There's a lot of motherfuckers like that, you know what I'm saying? But they never said that slavery didn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
But that's Kamala's point. Like, at a certain point, you can't just waste your time trying to educate ignorant people who say ignorant shit.
Yes, and that's like the craziest thing. But you know what I think this country really needs in light of all this Black History Month foolishness? A new game show by black people for black people. This is Rams of Fortune!
Welcome back to Rams of Fortune! I'm your host, Marty. It's like party, but with an M. And this is my co-host, Dr. Trill. Dr. Trill, can you introduce our contestants, please?
Well, first off, we have Darnell here, who is an entrepreneur from Dallas. What kind of business do you do, Darnell?
Well, I manage Instagram models and sell flat tummy tea on the side. And of course, the link's in the bio.
And we've got Jamal from Oakland, who is also an entrepreneur, but currently in between jobs.
Tell us about that, Jamal.
I was trying to do one of those pyramid things, right? And my triangle wasn't equilateral. It was more of an isosceles. And it just started to tip over.
All right, we got it, dog. You're broke.
And we got Megan from Los Angeles, who volunteers in the Inner City Boys and Girls Club over by that Popeyes on Manchester.
I just love the kids, and if I win, I'm gonna donate all my winnings to families in need.
Aww. Well, it looks like all of our contestants are tied going into this final round. So whoever wins this round gets the grand prize, which is a Steve Harvey cruise to the motherland. All expenses paid. There will be soul food, R&B, tailor-made suits, and a Tyler Perry marathon. The winner will be cruising, and the losers, well, they'll be losing. Let's get rolling with Rams of Fortune. The category is phrase. Darnell, go ahead and give our custom rim a spin.
Need a house, baby needs some shoes. Can I get an L?
There's 3 L's.
I like to buy a vowel, an A.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Darnell, but we just ran your credit score and we cannot approve your loan to buy that vowel.
I'm Darnell Jr., not senior. Can you double check that?
As a result, you lose your turn. Jamal, you're up.
Can I get an M?
There's 1 M.
Is my credit good enough to buy a vowel?
Surprisingly, yes.
Cool, I like to buy an A.
There's 2 A's. Would you like to solve the puzzle?
Hell no.
I don't blame you, my brother. But you still lose your turn. Megan, you're up.
I mean, I guess I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. What is all lives matter?
That is correct, Megan, but unfortunately, we have to put you on a timeout for being out of pocket. You're canceled, just like this show.
Got him!
Thanks for watching. I'm Marty, like party, but with an M. Reminding you that we always keep it real on Rams of Fortune!
Great show. Great show.
That was amazing.
Well, thank you. I've been writing a little bit more. I've been trying to be like you when I grow up.
Hey, man, well, listen, switching it up. You guys catch the Grammys?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. But J-Lo got torched for her Motown tribute. Drake, who refused to perform, got played off. Childish Gambino was a total no-show. But hats off to Cardi B for being the first solo woman to win Best Rap. Question is, does anybody give a shit? The Grammys are pretty much like the Pro Bowl at this point, right? Like, nobody is paying attention.
They've always had a weird relationship with hip-hop, and I'm not really just a huge Grammys person in general. They try to force those moments where they get like Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus, and
James
now it's
Blake
awkward.
and Travis Scott.
Yeah, like when one of the Jonas Brothers
Adam
was like,
Levine.
I got it, Stevie. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think one of the things that happened over there, they haven't had enough. For me, it feels like the same people have been running it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So if that doesn't change, then the show's not going to change because the DNA of the show is always going to stay the same. And I don't think people look at awards the way they used to because you could get gratification. Like people, like you dope. Like people know now. So like so many people have been dismissed or not having won that everyone felt like they should have won. So
Best new artist category.
Yeah, so just everyone loses credit now because it's like, well, shit, we know they should have won or they should have won. Who's picking this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Plus, new artists been out for like 5 years and be like nominated for new artists. Like I've been on them since prom.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently Cardi and Offset are back on. To pimp his new album, Offset put footage of Cardi having their baby inside the delivery room in a promo on his IG. Damn, how many people they got in this delivery room? I mean, I'm trying to get VIP tickets. It looks lit. Shit is standing room only.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Is that QC? Who was that? Is there a producer in there?
That shit crazy, bro. That shit like a party in that motherfucker.
Exactly.
What the group text was like? All right, we're at this hospital room, and everyone was just like,
yo,
fuck!
Just having the baby pull up.
When we had our baby, first of all, the contractions were going through the night, and I fell asleep because I had been working out spring football, so I was like knocked the fuck out. And then she's like going through all this shit, but I was so tired I couldn't, really be there. But when you have the baby, no one's in there but us. Like mother-in-law had to stay outside. Like we didn't know all that people in that room. That shit's weird.
That is weird. I wish I could talk about your baby, but I'll get beat up. Nicki Minaj ain't feeling any of this. Nicki dropped the fuck out of the BET Experience, a concert she was supposed to co-headline with Cardi, when this tweet surfaced from the network after Miss B won her Grammy. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is being dragged by her lace front. Oh shit, whoever tweeted that is looking for a new job. What do you think about this beef, fellas?
It's a beef with Nicki and BET more than it is with Cardi. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't know who's running the Twitter over there, but something tells me they're probably not doing it anymore.
I tell you, it wasn't Zach, the guy that runs our social media.
Nah, Zach's on it.
Yeah. Zach would never do no dumb shit like that.
Zach's trying to be in Nicki's DMs on Twitter. What Zach's trying to do.
Hey, Zach tweeted some shit about us, saying we had really angry tweets from Zach. We're like, what the fuck, Zach? You coming to work this week?
I know, they need to get their shit together.
The fuck, Zach?
Fuck. Finally, next time Floyd Mayweather decides to fight Conor McGregor, maybe he steps in the octagon, because money says the cheddar is real. Very real.
What is the conversation about you going into the octagon? Is that a real conversation?
Anything is possible. I can go get a deal right now from the UFC. Probably $4-5 billion deal if that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
If that's what he wanted. Now, guys, do you think he should take that $1 billion deal for the UFC?
I mean, I go in to fight 4 rounds and get knocked out in the UFC for $1 billion.
I'd love to see you fight Floyd in the UFC for $1 billion. I just think that, first of all, guys don't hang out like that in cold tubs and talk about life.
That was more weird for me.
No, actually, we do that. That's the funniest thing. Like the cold tub, you sit in the cold, in the morning, at 6 o'clock every morning, me and Brandon Marshall would meet and we'll pray together, we'll talk and we'll discuss life and we'll get in a sauna, kind of do the spa day. And then in New England, it was always me, Chris Hogan, Julian Edelman, and Tom Brady were the first 4 guys in the building. So we would see him. Tom didn't get in the hot tub. I felt like he brought his own water to the facility. Tom was like, everybody's been in there?
Tom's like, I only bathe in alkaline water.
Yeah, he got all this fancy, water. He had the water from the glacier that Waterboy was talking about. You know what I'm saying? He just go over there Tom had his own robe, his own shower kit, and flip-flops in the locker room. That's the first time I was like, man, this nigga get money.
Yeah, step your game up, Floyd. Maybe he should fight that fight to get that Tom Brady robe money. All right, well, coming up to play How Many Fucks, one of the stars of Champagne Ill and a diehard Knicks fan. Let's give it up for the tape. And he's a Jets fan, too. Adam Pally is here. But first, with this being the season 1 finale, it's a special day here, obviously, and we wanted to show you some of our favorite moments from the year, like this bit when James clowned Marty, and I know words are hard.
Who uncharacteristically, why y'all get to such big words in my shit?
This word should be eliminated, not for me, but for my boy Martellus. It's the word uncharacteristically. I don't know if we have it in the edit, but please go back to 30 seconds ago when Martellus
said. Why would I use that word?
It was really long.
I love doing this show. All right, you guys know him from Happy Endings, The Mindy Project, and like myself and Charles Oakley, he's had a few cocktails at the Garden and yelled at ownership and been asked to leave. And he's got a new hypebeast culture show called Champagne Ill. Shout out to Kendall Gill and the Fighting Illini joining the show right now to play How Many Fucks. Adam Polly, nice to see you, dude.
Thank you for having me.
I got cousins from Champaign, Illinois, so I know that town well. Centennial High. Why was that like the perfect ground to make comedy?
Well, I think it represented for us like the difference between the hip hop lifestyle of like Hollywood and LA, and then you're back in Champaign, Illinois, and it had that nice double entendre of Champagne. So that's a writer's process.
Yeah,
that's
clever.
That's great. Very, 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 very intellectually thought of.
Because I was drawn in on Champagne alone, having no idea that Illinois was involved.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. A lot of people just think we're saying that Champagne is ill.
Yeah, which is like a
And
dope statement.
That's true. That's facts.
Yeah.
You know, so that's good. And then when they find out it's Illinois, a small part of the country is happy.
You know, it's not too ill these days. That's our New York Knicks, man. They have the most losses in the association since
Tough
the year
stuff.
2000.
At least we traded our best player.
Of course, that happened Super Bowl weekend. That was fun. Is there hope in your life? Do you see light at the end of the tunnel?
I am an eternal Knicks fan, even though I'm on the Ethan Hawke, Jimmy Fallon, no celebrity comp list.
No fly zone.
No fly zone. I can't give it up because I'm still wealthy enough to live in New York, so I can be a Knicks fan. I don't have to root for Brooklyn. But I do see hope because all Knicks fans that's all we have.
That's all we've ever.
I think Knicks fans are a lot like Cowboys fans.
Yeah,
y'all
but we've won a
remember
bunch.
y'all remember the great days, the great times.
Cowboys won in the great days. Knicks did
They'll
not.
just
Continue.
I mean, just so long ago when y'all were winning. You know what I'm saying? It's 30 years.
Our great days, though, are kind of marred by like a 2 for 16 shooting slump. Like no one on the Cowboys is known as that. You know, we're more like the Buffalo Bills, I would say.
But they at least they made it to the championship 5 times and lost it.
Four.
Four.
Well, you're a Jet fan too, so you got that. To comfort you as well.
Yeah,
so,
Nick, Jet, Matt.
You're just like losers.
Born loser.
right,
well, if you're born on the east side of New York, you don't have much choice.
Let's get into How Many Fucks. Instagram fitness model Michelle Lewin and future ex-Mrs. James Davis was posing for some pictures on a beach in the Bahamas. You don't know? You didn't give a fuck? Well, guess who else didn't give a fuck? The wild pig that bit her right in the ass. That'll happen on Pig Beach. Lucky she wasn't eaten alive like in Snatch. And time now for How Many Fucks? Damn.
Gotta go right
First up, a remote Russian town off the Arctic coast is being invaded by polar bears. The area of 2,500 people or so has had over 50 polar bear sightings recently. It's so bad, in fact, that parents are afraid to send their kids to kindergarten. With global warming, yeah, it's real. The bears are forced now to move inland to hunt. So, Marty, how many fucks you give about the polar bears?
I give a Coca-Cola worth of fucks. This just feel like one of those Coca-Cola commercials just went, they didn't get paid, so they was like, hey, y'all didn't pay us for all those commercials. I'm coming taking everything back here, me and my boys. But the craziest thing about polar bears are they're the most vicious bears of them all. They're the most violent. They're the most destructive. So, hey, motherfuckers, look out. There's polar bears in your neighborhood.
I really like where you went with the whole, like, these are the polar bears from the Coke commercials. Like,
Yeah.
this is when they're not shooting.
Yeah.
They're at these schools hanging out.
That's what they're doing.
How many fucks, Adam?
I give 5 polar bear fucks, which is like the most polar bear fucks you can give. And I give that many fucks because with all the like natural disasters that are happening around the world, this seems like it's gonna start happening more and more, that you'll just like hear that, you know, like you'll get a call from your kid's school that there's a bear attack in Studio City or something like that. This seems like we're gonna be closing down a lot of things because animals are just like encroaching.
I feel you.
on
Yeah,
our
he's gonna have some
society.
alligators going down Wilshire.
Yeah, like I'm surprised there's no one eating like braised shoulder ribs in Austin next to like 10,000 bats.
I mean, growing up, we didn't have to worry about being attacked by polar bears. It was more about being attacked by cockroaches, which is just as scary.
I wouldn't say so.
Would they fly? Would cockroaches fly? You ever seen a flying cockroach?
Yeah,
I have, but a polar bear.
Polar bears like rip your throat out.
But I don't feel like
You
they
see
polar.
Revenant?
Seen which one?
You see Revenant?
Yeah, that bear was.
He
was.
fucked up Leo.
They had a romantic relationship.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was a whole thing. It was like 2 hours. I give a population of polar bears worth of fucks. Because honestly, are they endangered? I just feel like you're lucky if you have polar bears around you. You know what I'm
50.
saying? I feel like polar bears are gonna drop off soon. So you should just soak in this time that you have a plethora of polar bears around.
Did anyone in that school take a selfie?
Exactly.
But here's the big
That's a
issue
blessing.
Here's the big issue. We act like the polar bears are invading that land when that land belongs to the polar bears. We've invaded
Now
the
you're talking polar bears' rights.
That polar bear, that's what a polar bear is supposed to be. Motherfucker, we were here first.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I come here to hunt because this is what we naturally did when there's no food over here.
Polar Rock landed on us.
Shit.
I give a climate change deniers worth of fucks, and I hope these polar bears show up at anybody out there who thinks that global warming isn't a real thing, because next thing you know, there's
Like
a fucking
Donald
polar
Trump.
bear in your backyard.
Where's
Talking to you,
that-
Jesse Waters at Fox News, you asshole. All right, staying overseas, a government-run app in Saudi Arabia allows men to track women and prevent them from leaving the country. Absure, which is available on both Apple and Google, coming to Android soon, alerts men if women approach the border. Marty, how many fucks for the app that many accuse of enforcing gender apartheid?
I give a WYA worth of Where you at? Like, goddamn. But at the same time, if you really want to escape, just dish the phone. Get a burner phone. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Get a burner phone?
Yeah.
That's your solution for women?
No, I'm saying, if this is fucked up, why if they try to track women, why even get the phone and put the app on the phone?
Why are you tracking women?
Why are you
I think
tracking
it's a
them in the
larger
first place?
That's what they were
conversation.
saying. That's what
Yeah.
the whole app is
I
doing.
know,
That's
but
what I'm
that's
saying.
a
Why are you
larger
tracking
problem.
women?
So in your ideal
I'm saying, at the same-
society, women have to act like they're on Homeland?
No, I'm saying, why if you try to track women, like, they don't even have to have that, they have their own plethora of phones.
Yes,
they
we
can
should-
choose from.
you gotta change the
But
whole system.
The whole system is
Yes.
needs to change.
Similar to the polar bear.
The whole,
Everything needs to
everything
change
needs to
from the
change.
bottom.
Everything is fucked up from top to bottom.
I agree, Mark.
So, like, the fucking phones, the idea of tracking women or where you at.
You and me are on the same page.
All right, just want to make sure we're on the
You
same
get it. This
page.
is how mostly football works. I agree with you, Marty.
Yeah.
When in doubt, I agree
No,
with you.
I get what you're saying.
Preaching to the converted,
No,
you know.
no, I get what you're saying. You asking me if I think that women should have to not have phones at all.
No, I just didn't understand your burner phone comment.
Oh yeah, the burner phone was the joke of it all.
Yeah, it threw me off.
All right.
Threw me off.
Adam, how many fucks? Football and fun pop culture stuff.
I give 10 humanitarian fucks, but 0 iPhone fucks, because I love my iPhone.
Yeah,
and I don't want to say
so
anything bad
great.
about Apple.
So many great apps. James, so many fucks.
I give nobody trust anybody worth of fucks. And honestly, this technology will make it out here, and I know men and women who are gonna use it because nobody trusts anybody. And I'll be honest, I kind of want it because I don't trust a lot of these females out here, and I would put the app on some of their phones, and I know that may not be the right thing to say, but it's just too many of them out here just willy-nilly all free, just frolicking with different human males.
I guess we do have to give them burner phones.
Doesn't being around single James just make you so happy you're married?
You can't trust them.
I'm like,
you can't
oh,
trust them.
I'm so glad that's not in my energetic force field on any level.
The funniest thing is that Adam is bothered by the jokes.
I'm not bothered by them. There's no one laughing. So it's hard to know,
Well, I go listen.
which ones they are.
I go with a Jason Bourne worth of fucks because I feel like we need Jason Bourne to show up in that place and just kill all the motherfuckers who think this is a good idea. All right,
Men, we all agree that men are the issue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Towson University, police are asking staff and students to be on the lookout for a 50-something mom who is roaming the campus showing people a picture of her son to try and get him a date. Oh my God! How about the kid get on a Tinder or something like that, or I don't know, a Bumble or one of the apps? How many fucks for the aggressive mom trying to get her son a date?
I get a pimp worth of fucks, so she's really just pimping her son out, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know why she just didn't make, like, she should just catfished. You know what I'm saying? Start him a profile, you know, start talking to people, acting as her son, and going from there. Like, I think that she'd probably be more progressive and more, you know, she probably got somewhere with it. But just walking around with a photo of him, it's just kind of weird.
I didn't know you went to Towson University. Like, what's going on with Mrs. Pally? Like, this is ridiculous. How many fucks are you?
No, I didn't go to Towson because if I was even near Baltimore, I'd want to get out of there. I give a jackass amount of fucks because I'm not convinced that that's not like Johnny Knoxville and Spike Jonze. like a family film. Yeah, it's like, let's not hurt each other this time. I'll just walk around and do something embarrassing.
James, how many fucks?
I give no fucks. This is happening on college campus where life is amazing, and if all you have to worry about is your mom trying to help you get laid, I give no fucks. You will never talk about this portion of your life to anybody in the future. So this didn't even happen.
I give a Silicon Valley worth of fucks. There should be some nerd up there who's like, you know what? There's a dating app where moms can set up their dating lives for their kids.
That's a great idea.
Somebody should make $1 billion. Not me.
Arranged dating.
Finally, our hometown of Houston, a woman who snuck into an abandoned home to smoke some weed. Well, she stumbled upon a 400-pound tiger locked in a cage in the garage. She said she was so high, she was so baked, she thought she was hallucinating. Sounds like Mike Tyson's house in The Hangover. How many fucks you give about the tiger in Houston with the stone chick?
I give a Martellus Bennett worth the fucks with this, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to get high and partake in the smoking of trees. And I feel like if I never walked into a stranger's house because as a black man, as an empty house, I probably got shot. And then they would save the tiger. I was been the one that's I was more endangered than that tiger if I was in that house high. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You feel me on that?
100%.
Yep. You're right, Marty.
Every word.
Yeah, Adam, how many fucks?
I give a Bun B amount of fucks because when I heard this story, I think the most surprising thing was that I wasn't surprised they found a tiger in a Houston house. Like, that seems like a normal day in Houston to me. Like someone's
Houston
like
rapper shit.
So yeah, it's like that could be the question is whose tiger isn't that? Because like I assume that a lot of people who live in Houston have tigers.
Nah, you're right, because it's India and then Texas for the amount of tigers.
Really?
Yes.
Jay Prince got a tiger?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be Jay Prince. It could be Bun B. Could be Travis Scott. Could be James Harden's tiger.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know whose tiger that.
I could see. I could definitely see James Harden walking into the tunnel with a tiger.
100%. I am shocked.
That's the next wave, by the way.
You got to bring your exotic
live
pets
animals.
through the
Playoffs. I called it.
If LeBron doesn't walk through the tunnel with a cockatoo,
nah, he has to have a goat.
Not showing up.
Nah, if he walks through with a goat, then you be like, God damn, now that's savage.
That would be great if he walked through, if LeBron walked through the tunnel with an actual live goat, and behind that goat was Rich Paul, like picking up the pellets that like fell down in like a similar outfit.
Oh man, you guys have been killing this topic. I don't even want to say mine. I give an adult diaper worth of fucks because I'm gonna shit on myself if I see a live tiger in Houston, Los Angeles, Hawaii, heaven. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna shit on myself when I see that live tiger, and that's gonna negatively affect the high.
Yeah.
Adult diapers, not the first time been mentioned on the 24 episodes of Mostly Football. I'm gonna go with the Jumanji with the fucks because it looks like the board game is down in Houston and has come to life. All right.
I love that movie.
This being our final show of the season, we wanted to update you on one of our favorite stories from Mostly Football and our Mostly How Many Fucks vault. The dude who married the hologram. Yeah, not the Tupac hologram at Coachella. Last November, this dude in Japan married a hologram based on cyber celebrity Hatsune Miku. 39 people actually attended this wedding. We're pleased to report, as far as we can tell, that they're still happily married and all is well in their marriage. So congratulations to them. Thanks, Adam. Do yourself a favor and check out the very funny Champagne Ill. Shout out to my cousin Chris from Champaign, Illinois on YouTube. Go Knicks. Nowhere to go but up, dude. Hopefully a championship within our lifetime.
That would be great.
Coming up in our green room right now, rapper Kevin Gates is joining us. First, another one of our favorite moments of the year when our friend Amanda Seales, who's playing this weekend in the ESPN Celebrity Basketball game, she stopped by to play How Many Fucks? Watch closely. James, catching feelings? Really?
Give a we're not the same fuck because I look at people like this and I'm like, are we both humans? I don't understand. Well, the brand of the car is Waymo. I have way more sense than these people. I don't I literally can't.
I was gonna make a Waymo joke. Dang it.
The comedy. The comedy.
From the prison cell to quiet Calabasas, few have had a coming-of-age story like this outspoken rapper. He has addressed everything from eating a placenta to eating groceries, but most importantly, his music has captivated many, including myself. Please welcome the man who don't get tired, Kevin Gates. You ain't got to clap. We'll clap for you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, that was the flyest intro I ever heard in my life. I just got to tell you this.
Oh, you know.
You put that nigga on your albums.
Man,
Everybody get Chris Rock and everybody else. Get my nigga on the album.
That was fly. He said from eating placenta to the groceries.
Yep. I wanna front like I wrote it, but I didn't.
What do you brush your grill with though? Like when you brush your teeth, do you
get to the
know
heavy
what?
question.
Yeah, hard-hitting stuff from Walter Cronkite, from Martellus Bennett over there.
The best thing, what's gonna sound crazy, if you have this in your mouth, is to brush your teeth with water.
Yeah.
And most people be like, but your breath gonna stink. But if you floss, and when you floss in between each tooth, you're not gonna have food that rots in between your teeth and cause decay. So I floss after every meal. Like I'm just big on what you call it?
Hygiene, yeah.
On hygienics.
Yeah.
I'm just big on that.
Yeah, I feel you. I've been wanting. Me and my wife been wanting to get bottom grills done.
But they do have like a liquid toothpaste that you could use.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that paste because a lot of paste contains animal products in it.
I feel like there's an opportunity for you.
Are you a vegetarian?
You should disrupt the market and have some non-animal products.
I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian.
You just food woke.
No, I'm not gonna say that either. Cause I still eat and that's meat. So I can't. I'm an imperfect vegan. I'm getting there.
You're normal. You're a normal human being.
Yeah.
Well, that's something that we didn't know about you. Also, what people don't know is that you earned your master's degree in psychology while in prison. How did that translate into how you deal with people inside and outside of prison now?
I had already had a master's degree in psychology before ever even taking the curriculum, before ever learning the individualistic approach and things of that nature, because psychology is a great area. And I come from selling drugs my whole life. So I met doctors, I met lawyers, I met people with from different backgrounds and different walks of life. And I had to, just being in the streets, my senses are very keen, so I had to be able to assess what type of individual I was dealing with at the time. Like, I had to know.
So you're self-educated.
I had to know what kind of drug.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I had a lot
Customer
of
service.
I had a lot of field experience.
So was that?
It was your customer service
before the
dealing
curriculum.
with different clientele and diverse clientele within different areas.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in a predominantly black neighborhood.
Straight up.
So if you was white, I wouldn't have you pull up to my spot. I had you go to the Circle K and somebody to come serve you over there.
And that's how you do it, people, if
Yeah.
you're wondering how.
Well, nah, I'm not gonna say that's how you do it.
That's not how
That
you
was just my blueprint.
He don't know. He grew up off Crenshaw, so he's not really on Crenshaw. So you have to just make sure you give him a lot of game today.
I'm learning. I'm
Nah, it ain't
basically
that.
taking notes.
It ain't
Circle
that.
K,
It
noted.
ain't that, but you know, self-preservation is the law of the land, and that was at the time, you know.
Yeah,
at the self-preservation point.
That's what happened when they just started coming here. Imagine living here and they come kill all the fucking buffaloes. But other rappers such as Meek Mill have been very vocal about prison reform. From your experiences, what do you think needs to change with this?
The only thing that I could say about that, without trying to be too political.
Do you, man?
And I'm a person, I can speak from the standpoint of every prison I go to, I've been in general population. I don't live in PC or administrative segregation. For people that don't know what that is, that's protective custody. Being a celebrity, they'll try to put you in protective custody when you enter prison. But what you do is you sign a waiver and tell them I could live on the compound. And then they're gonna allow you to live in general population. Now, I did hear that they was trying to take the curriculum, like the schooling courses, out of prison. And I was like, I don't really think that's a good idea because that's like the leading cause of recidivism, I think is the correct word. And I work with this group of people with anti-recidivism. Like, if a person had the opportunity to do better or to choose good, I believe they would choose the right thing. No man chooses evil simply because it is evil. They only mistake it for happiness. And I just look at life like that. So when you give people options to better themselves, they will. And if not, if you come home with no skills and no skill set, you're gonna do the same thing that you was doing that landed you there. You're gonna find a better way to repeat the process.
Because you leaving with the same outlook on life that you came in with.
And then I also say this. Sometimes a lot of people take school courses and all of that in prison because they want good time. They want to get out of jail earlier. That's cool. But you have to make the conscious decision to want to change and to want better for yourself. And for me, it was my family. I had, like, coming up in Louisiana, there's not really much opportunity. It's a very, very racist place. Anything that you do, they're giving you time that don't even fit the crime. And I was one of the fortunate ones that was able to leave and get out of that through music.
And with music and changing your whole, like, you know, going on and changing everything, not to interrupt you when you're in Minnesota, but
Nah,
like,
go ahead.
being able to change everything with having a wife and a daughter, like, how does that change your outlook? Because I know when I got married.
That's the point I was getting.
I know, that's why I want to ask you.
It was like, in the beginning, it was like, okay, I'm making this money so my wife and my family could be straight. This was before she even had children. I met my wife when we were 17. Man, I'm gonna make my girl straight, I'm good. Come on, y'all live off the money of this shit. If I gotta go lay down, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm a gangster, I don't do no complaining. I signed up for this shit. That's the mentality that most males in that environment have. Until I realized I wasn't only hurting myself, I was hurting the people that love me. So for me, it was my family that made me want to say, you know what, I want different for myself.
Well, speaking of family, I hear you also have a new family member, $100,000 micro exotic pit bull.
He a 90.
To be exact.
He didn't cost 100. He cost 90,000.
Oh, 90,000. All right. So I apologize.
They like to round up here.
We're mostly accurate here at Mostly Football.
Yeah, he was 90,000.
How much money do you spend on his food? If he's $90,000, does he eat like a regular dog?
Nah, he eat fish.
Like
salmon? White rice, fish, yeah.
You make his food for him?
Well, I got somebody.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I got somebody that do meal prep for him.
So your dog get meals prep?
He has a dog
Yes,
chef,
nice.
okay? He got money too.
I had dinner with somebody that bought a steak for their dog.
But think about it. Think about it. Say you stud him every day or twice a day. Say you stud him twice a day for $10,000 a stud. I've been studying him for maybe 2 or 3 years now. You do the math. I think it was a good investment.
No, that was a great investment.
A lot of fish,
And
a lot of
then
rice.
he's AKC registered.
I get it.
He's AKC registered. He's the last dog AKC registered that is a bullseye dog. And it's really EOG, Edge of Guided Line, but he came off a bullseye. He's AKC registered, American Kennel Club.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think you're raising
I got a
question.
question.
You got a question?
I got a question too. What's your favorite dog in a movie? Like which dog? Like Lassie, Beethoven, Cujo,
My favorite
Air
dog
Bud.
in the movie. What's the dog, the red one?
Clifford?
No, not Clifford. He was running around with the police officer.
Oh yeah, snatching with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Hooch, yeah, with Tom
Turner and
Hanks. Yeah.
Hooch. I liked how he looked, but he was a little too big.
Yeah.
Once I seen the micro exotics, like he this long, this big off the ground with muscles and a head that big, I fell in love. I never saw a breed like this.
Yeah, Hooch was a mastiff.
This is great.
Micro
having
exotic
Terry.
bully.
This is not exactly where I thought the conversation would go, but I'm very happy you stopped by because you also have a new single out called Me Too. You can get familiar with that. You got a big smile on your face when I mentioned that.
Valentine's Day, me too.
Well, congratulations on everything. And look who's coming up next. Comedian Emmanuel Hudson is joining the show. But first, another one of our favorite moments from Mostly Football Season 1 when my guy, Andrew Hawkins, Hawk, came by and he reminded us how bad it was when he played for the Cleveland Browns.
I will say, as a member of those football teams, we sucked. We were a bad football team. That was the first time in my career I would go into games, look across the field, and you're a football player. I'm coming to win. Nobody's going to stop me. I would be in pregame and like, we're going to lose today.
You're like one of the most optimistic.
And I'm 5'7", so I have to have that false mentality
on
of
your
I can
shoulder,
beat anybody. I would look across the field and say, we are not good enough to win this game.
Oh, man, I appreciate the honesty. All right, our next guest is a very funny comedian. He's an actor. He's a star of Wild 'N Out. And I'm kind of pissed off at Emmanuel Hudson because he's a Patriots fan and a Warriors fan. It's just too much winning, dude. What the fuck? Being a sports fan is about suffering and pain.
And it's opposite coast.
It don't see. That's the problem. That's y'all think y'all coming from like a football player. I'm just a fan. I can be a fan of who I want to, and I shouldn't have to take the criticism that comes with it.
Mind you, he's from Atlanta. We ain't mentioned no Atlanta teams.
All right, let me break this down. I was born in Mississippi. They don't have a pro team, so
You were taught to root for teams like the Patriots in Mississippi.
No. Look,
That's
I
expected this.
I expected this.
I mean, at the end of the day, you had a happy Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Atlanta,
6 of them.
Pats. Yeah, exactly.
I won one of those.
I know you almost cost us the game.
I didn't almost cost you the game.
You drew the
It's
interference.
pass interference me. I cost you the game.
Gotta be fair.
Yeah.
Gotta be fair.
Man, so much winning. It's ridiculous.
And he's not fair weather. Like, if you follow this dude, it's Patriots all day. Like, it's consistent. So.
Who's your favorite Patriot?
Julian Edelman, man.
Really?
Man, Julian Edelman.
Why is that?
Because he was overlooked. He was overlooked. Nobody expected. And then I called it. No one wants to give me my credit, but I called it when Wes Welker left. It was like, Julian 2.0. Wes Welker 2.0. Punt returns. Like, and he played quarterback. He's just overall football player, man. You gotta love it. So underdog. Love him.
Yeah, let's dead all that Hall of Fame noise. Let's not even
Why?
go down that road because it's a ridiculous conversation to have. His stats are the same as Marty's. That's why. All right, so LeBron James and the Lakers are going through it right now. We're out here in LA. They lose in Atlanta to the Hawks the other night. LeBron couldn't get the deal done for AD. I know you're a huge Hoops fan, so when King James was at the free throw line, fans started chanting, "Kobe's better." Who's better, Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
You didn't even
Are you?
you didn't even
Say
take
that
time
real
to
quick.
deliberate.
And see, I have to correct this too. I'm not a Warriors fan because then I'd be a bandwagon because I didn't really watch football like that. I watched Kobe like that, but I didn't watch football, basketball like that. So when the Warriors came on the scene, it was like, I just like the Warriors because they're exciting to watch. You know, like Steph Curry, come on, man.
You just picked the Warriors recently.
I didn't. Who?
Yeah, you just became a Warriors fan.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a
yeah.
Warriors fan.
No, in 2 years he's a big Bucks fan. I get it. When Giannis and Chris Middleton come around, this guy's gonna be like, fear the deer, bro. Fear the deer.
Don't even know who that is.
Defend yourself, man.
Don't even know that. Don't even know who that is.
They haven't won yet.
A fan in the future like that. What I'm saying is, I literally watch. This is how you become a fan or become, you know, really attached to a team. When your stomach drops, when in the middle of a game when they don't win or something, I can't argue with that. If I watch the Heat lose or the Bucks lose, it's like, oh, whatever, I don't care. But man, the Warriors lost. Like, I go check the highlights and things like that.
You didn't choose the Warriors. The Warriors chose you.
Me. That's basically what I'm saying.
I see what he's saying.
You know?
I get it. I get you.
Well, I mean, you know,
there's a buffet. There's a buffet of options to choose from, and you let the food speak to you.
Exactly.
Well, here's Emmanuel's
why sign up for a lifetime of eating shitty Nick dollar steak? You know what I mean?
But
Like,
Eman's kind of like the Warriors, you know, because the Warriors have a lot of fans. Like, they're big. Like, he has about 2 million followers on IG, so you got a lot of... Excuse me. Apologize. Let me put that 0.3 in there. So you know about being a viral sensation and having people talk about you from the high school to the colleges and stuff. What is the secret to having bandwagon fans join you on IG and having 2.3 million followers?
I don't know. That's the answer.
They chose you as well?
I don't, like when we first started, shout out to Philip Hudson, my little brother, man, couldn't be here without you. When we started off, we didn't do it because we were looking for something. As a matter of fact, it started off as a brotherly competition. 2 of my older brothers, they came up with videos and they called us up like, who can make the funniest videos? It was never even supposed to be on the internet. So when we did what we did, we put it out like on Facebook or something, and then they went like, oh, you guys should put this on YouTube. Then we put it on YouTube, and it's like, oh, snap, these people actually love this stuff. And it just took off from there.
when did you realize that you had really connected with people? Was there a moment where you got recognized or somebody approached you and you're like, wow, somebody besides my family's watching this?
The crazy, it was asking all those questions, man.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you, the original version, not the one where I was in the car. When I put that video out, I went to the bowling alley like immediately after I tweeted.
He's talking about a video called Questions that's very viral. And
asking them questions.
Yeah, I just make sure.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, questions. So I put that out and I watched it before I uploaded it, and I was like, yo, this video is lame, you know. And my homeboy was on the way to, we was getting ready to go bowling. So I tweeted it out, and it was 12 minutes away from my crib at the time. By the time I got to the bowling alley, it was people in there looking at their phone, looking up at me like, yo, did you just put this video out?
Wow.
Because on my way there, a friend of mine called and was like, yo, your video just hit World Star and it's going viral. I'm like, are you serious? I've been on there before, but the way they hyped this video up, it was crazy. So when I got to the bowling alley, random people was like, yo, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, it's happening that fast? So after that, the rest was just history.
Well, what's crazy is like that's, you know, you're known for internet sketch and writing and rapping, but Wildin' Out is what showed people that you quick on your feet too. That's like one of your main talents on Wildin' Out is whatever anybody throws at you, you have a quick response. And so we want to tap into that right now. What again, we like to play hip hop chopped.
Oh, what is this? What is this?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a card out this basket and
movie quality picnic basket right there.
Yeah, this.
Huh?
And we're gonna see what bars you can do. I want you to freestyle based off whatever you pull out of this basket that should have been in a picnic in 1960.
Turn up my stairs.
Tell us what it is before you start rapping. There's a beat playing. It's a very jazzy tune. Oh, Kobe. Just bust a little hot something, you know?
Oh, okay. How many bars? Don't even matter.
Ooh.
To all the listeners out there, you can go and quote, Kobe, aka the GOAT. You know how he do it when he ballin', never fallin'. All the haters keep crawling, never stalling. He at the line like, he ballin' like it's Spalding. Coming out the top of the dome, and if I'm wrong, you can take it home. I'm on. What's up?
Pull out the basket. Pull out the basket.
My bad. Pass the picnic basket over to
Pass
Marty.
the picnic basket.
Pass the basket.
Pass the basket.
I took 2.
Yeah.
Which one
Then
should I do?
you got to do both of them.
I think you just rhyme right there.
I gotta do both?
You got to do both.
God damn, I got Robert Kraft and...
Robert Kraft.
Okay. Space Jam 2.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All right,
I'll take this for you, young man. Thank you.
let's go. I'll do both then.
Do it.
Is this the beat? I don't like this beat.
You got to do it, bro.
You hear this beat though? I can't rap to this beat.
This is elevator music. Can we go
This
back
elevator
to the first
music.
beat? Can we go back to the first beat?
Yeah, man. Shit, this gotta be like Freestyle Friday. We both get both beats.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah. I got bars too though. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the best. You could do the math. Always dressed fresh like I just hopped out the bath. Girls love me cause they know I make them laugh. And now I'm getting money like my boy Robert Kraft. First place while these other haters out there last. Space Jam 2, I think I might pass. Who they wanna do, where they go, I skip in class. If they wanna go, then tell them boys to kiss my ass like a Shaq told Kobe. Chilling with the homies, dressing all black like the game called Shinobi. Tell me if they know me, why these other people lonely out there. What the
Emmanuel, shout out. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you, man. And also, you got a few stand-up sets coming up, right?
Oh yeah, man. You can catch me tonight, man, at the Belly Room, and I forgot what the other day was, but it be at Flappers.
That's the best promo for somebody stand-up
Right.
we've had on the show.
It's also
I
on-
don't know. I'm doing
on
some
Wildin'
shit
Out.
tonight. I
It's
think
very
you probably
comical.
come find me somewhere. I don't know. All right.
All right,
well,
my
thanks for
turn.
coming through.
Check it.
All right, coming up, who has the NFL's biggest flirt? Who is the NFL's biggest flirt in 2018? Really? Liz Loza is going to break it all down for us next with her end-of-season awards. But first, what's a season finale without a deep, thoughtful, mindful shit from Martellus, straight from the can?
Any one of us could be the one to change the world. All of us can be the one that change our own world. Deep shit.
All right, joining us for the final time this season, Yahoo Sports fantasy analyst and former chair of the Prospect High School Yearbook Committee, AO, my good friend Liz Loza. How's life after football? Liz?
Oh, it's
No.
fantastic. Happy Valentine's
Yes,
Day. Nobody
happy
else dressed up
Valentine's
for the
Day.
holiday. It's love day.
Yeah, it's just a Hallmark holiday though. They're just trying to rob us of our money.
Well, they got all mine, so congratulations. I bought a
They
heart
got all
sweater, the whole thing. I don't mind it one bit. But football, life after football is great because I can focus on other things like the off season of football.
Have you ever watched Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
You know Mabel?
Yeah.
You remind me of Mabel, like her energy.
Okay, I'll have to rewatch
That's
that and
great,
get back
yeah.
to you.
You don't know how to take that yet?
No, she was like super positive,
brush up
super
on
great.
this
Like you
Mabel.
remind me, like she's. I loved her. She was a great
Well,
character.
you got, a couple of choices in life. You can either mope about it or you can do something about it, and I'd rather do something about it.
Oh, sweet, yeah. We should all do more.
We should, but you know what?
But it's
We're
the
gonna-
finale, unfortunately.
That's right.
I'm
It
trying
is
to do the
finale.
least amount of. I'm trying to do the least amount of things possible today.
That's not true, Marty. You're doing all the things, but because it is the finale and time to formally bid adieu to another football season, before we say goodbye, I'm going to steal a page out of our Mostly Football Yearbook and hand out a few 2018 superlatives. James, before we get to it, were you the class clown or the teacher's pet?
Who's the teacher?
I don't know. I didn't go to your school.
In my lifetime, I was probably more of a teacher's pet who clowned at times, but I was trying to get good grades because they gave whoopings in my family.
Okay. And if you were the teacher's pet, also you could maybe get away with being funny. She's like, oh, I love that, Jane.
Exactly. Turn in homework a little later, but be like, come on, it's Jane. Jane, take it now.
Well, let's talk about other superlatives because first up is a category dominated the last few years by the sartorial elegance of one Cameron Newton. But there's a new best dressed in the NFL this year, and his name is Nuke Hopkins. Look at that.
I like his outfits make sense.
He looks like he could be on Future's next album.
Yeah, and to me, Cam Newton always looked like he was trying to audition for Pirates of the Caribbean or like one of these old movies.
I also think Cam goes so out there that when they lose by 3 touchdowns and he's out there with like a Monopoly spectacle and like a tail, you're kind of like, I don't really believe in him as our quarterback of the future.
He's like the witch doctor on Princess and the Frog.
That's a pretty good one.
I haven't seen anything you've talked about today.
Have you seen the little dog that Nuke keeps in his man bag?
Who's Newt?
Nuke, not
DeAndre
Nuke.
Hopkins.
He's not a lizard. He's an NFL all-star.
Yeah, I just think when you're Cam Newton and you're just like the Monopoly man on acid, it's tough to take you
He looks like a
seriously after
cowboy
loss.
stylist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackopoly.
He wears a cane a lot. I don't want my quarterback with a cane.
Yeah.
Right?
You're
Okay.
healthy.
Earlier, you guys debated whether Kyler Murray made the right call in choosing football. And I'm not going to go there and speculate, but I selfishly must admit that I'm pretty psyched he chose the NFL. In the right type of offense, Cliff Kingsbury, Arizona. Let's send Rosen to New York. Murray got plenty of tools, and I think he could go off in this modern NFL. And he's my pick for the most likely to succeed among this year's draft hopefuls.
No, but he could have like saved baseball. Like James and I were talking, like he could have been the future of the sport. Here he has an opportunity to be a really good quarterback, potentially at the next level, but I feel like he's just another really good quarterback.
Doesn't that speak to the popularity of the NFL, though?
But there's no
100%.
guarantee that he's going to be good.
No.
In
There's not-
either, in either sport. Yeah, in either
Yeah, I mean, like.
Ask the Browns
that's-
about first-round picks.
I mean, no football player is more excited than Johnny Manziel in college.
Right? And he's only 180 pounds. Like, people aren't talking about his weight. They're talking about, oh, well, Baker Mayfield is short, too, and so is Russell. Those guys are all over 200.
But they say he's 205, but it really doesn't matter because you can't hit the quarterback anyway. He could be 150 pounds back there. You can't lay your weight on him, so it's not like.
Why don't you just do it like Dion and Brian Jordan and those guys in Bo and do both?
That's what I said.
They be hating though, right? I haven't seen
It's harder to do as a quarterback than it is for a DB. Because as a quarterback, they be like, we expect you to be focused. You're supposed to be all about the team, all about football, breathe it all the time. So for a quarterback to actually go and play real baseball and not just do the training camps like some of the quarterbacks do, it would be like this huge thing because you're not focused on football. And how dare you have other interests outside of this football team?
Dion did it the same day. Like, let's not
And Russell
forget.
Wilson's kind of like
DB though.
straddling that right now. So I don't know. There's too many storylines that are paralleling Wilson and Murray right now for my taste. But hopefully Murray won't be a robot. We'll see. Marty, this one is in honor of you, 2018's most artistic player. And for me, it's an easy one. It is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, there were no-look passes, left-handed passes, and 50 touchdown passes in all. No one was more creative with the ball in his hands than this year's NFL MVP and my pick for this season's most artistic player.
I agree with that.
Definitely an artistry to what he does back there and the way he's able to, like you said, no-look passes, left-handed passes, like show us stuff we haven't seen. We've seen quarterbacks throw for a ton of touchdowns or throw for 300 yards, but some of the stuff he does every night is that of an artist. And
He's a pure athlete, and sports is his craft. You know, other people are just getting paid, but he's like, whether it's the basketball court in the gym or the football field, he's
baseball too.
He's creating out there. He's making recipes out of.
So you're saying the football field is his canvas?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got you. I help you out there.
Exactly. I was losing it a little bit.
Nah, I know what you're saying though. You said it, but I just said it shorter.
No, you helped me out.
Yeah, that's why we're friends. We have to look out each other. That's the only 2 black people on the set right now who have to look out for each other. Although they do support us in Black History Month, and I appreciate that.
It's Love Day on that note, so let's continue on Valentine/Love's Day with this year's biggest flirt. For me, it's Le'Veon Bell. No one teased the emotions of fans and fantasy footballers more than Le'Veon and the will he or won't he Steel City saga. And now he's about to enter free agency and flirt all over again in a different way. In fact, I posted an article to Yahoo Sports this morning as part of a off-season series that I'm doing about the most interesting players of the off-season. Today's topic was Le'Veon Bell. I mean, Marty, I'm going to turn to you on this one. No offense, James, but we've covered your knowledge.
He gave us all he had today.
That's it.
I am done. I don't know nothing about nothing no more.
So we're coming off of a postseason, right, that featured the talents of Damian Williams and C.J. Anderson. Lev wants $17 million annual and $45 million guaranteed. You know some front office is going to be thirsty enough to give him that, but is it wise?
I think so. I think if he's healthy, which he had a whole year to get healthy, so his body.
Or rusty.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt he's rusty because even when he came back, he still bought. But he now has to come back in the middle of the season. So he's coming into the off-season program. You get to see him work. You get to go to training camp. He gets to do all these things. He's not dropping in the middle of the season. So even if he is rusty, he's going to get a chance to knock off that rust.
Like in the preseason.
Yeah, in the preseason, training camp,
Yeah.
spring football, he'll participate in all that. I think that as far as a team, like with a young quarterback that needs a weapon that could do a lot and with a little, I think that Le'Veon Bell is a great person. Like you think of like a Christian McCaffrey and the way they could throw him the ball. He helps Cam Newton so much. So if you have like a Sam Darnold, would be great to have a back that he could just dig it to and make plays to, make inside, come release him screens and things that make big plays on easy throws. And I think that he's going to do that.
Yeah, but if
for someone.
he's playing for Adam Gase, he's going to be in a timeshare.
Yeah, I mean, it depends though. I mean,
That's a ridiculous thing, but that's how Adam Gase tends to roll. You have to imagine that any team that's going to pay for Le'Veon Bell is going to use him like a workhorse, right? Because you're not going to invest that much money.
Yeah, I mean, if I pay that much for a horse, I'm going to let it run.
I like that. Well, he wants to go to the Colts, speaking of running, but I don't know.
That would be a great place for him.
I think so too.
But then I like that young back.
I kind of look at Le'Veon Bell more as like a gazelle than a horse in certain ways, but we can get to that another time.
He's the gazelle. Well, he is the gazelle right now because all these young running backs in time is the lion for him.
Liz, appreciate you dropping by, sharing your football knowledge with the world. As you know, my wife Mariah works with crystals, so she wanted to give you an end of season stone here, a rose quartz, to bring you tranquility, and she brought this for Marty. Is the one that you like?
Oh yeah,
Carrion, I think, the spicy one. I think she
That
said
is
this
so
one
nice.
brings you clarity. And then James, we got some pickles for Wexler's Deli. So
Oh.
nice. We got some pickles for James. Appreciate you coming by the show, Liz.
Thanks,
Thank
Mariah.
you so much. And Marty, speaking of high school memories, you're a man with a million stories. I'm sure you got a good one from your prep school basketball days, huh? Don't you?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows I was really great at basketball. I was #1 in Texas. I was All-American and all that good shit when it comes to shooting the hoop. And I once declared for the NBA draft my senior year in high school.
Oh, so did I.
And I had workouts for several different NBA teams.
I did
and,
not.
There's a story about my All-American dad and the time he took me to San Antonio for a private workout with some guys from the Spurs. And roll the tape. This is it. I get a private workout with the Spurs. As we're doing all these different drills, I'm working on them, boom, boom. My dad was going on all these trips with me, so we ended up going to San Antonio for like this private workout, and we're working out, we're doing all these drills, they running plays, and then they wanted to do a little 3-on-3, but we only had 5 people. Somebody didn't show up, so we needed one extra person. And my dad's over there just like a kid in the candy store, like, pick me, pick me, pick me. So mind you, my dad's a 40-year-old man at this time. Boom, he got tearaway pants on, ripped those off, he spits on his hand, wiped the bottom of his shoe, does like one quad stretch. He jumped right in, we walked through some plays and we did some plays, like they set the back screen, he threw me an oop. Then all of a sudden my dad just gets hot. This nigga just started making all the shots. Threes, bumps, shooting, just hitting everything, coming off the screen, shooting shots. The coaches, the guy that was running the drills was liking it. He's like, oh, get some more, get some more. So I had to pull my dad to the side. I'm like, Dad, look, who's trying out for the team, me or you? You need to calm down right now. Just pass me the ball. You already had your chance. I know, like, it's my chance right now. You just pass me the ball and get the fuck out the way. Any 40-year-old man who gets a chance to do this, they're gonna go all out too. But as a 40-year-old man to come out there and ball the way he was still dunking in his 40s, so he's very athletic. He's built, and he kind of looked like Mike Tyson. He used to have one gold tooth and everything. You know how all them used to be back in them 90s used to be. My dad was one of them. He had a gold tooth right here. To this day, he was still called Spur, and he'd try to throw me a oop. But yeah, that's what I went to play. I worked out for the private workout with some of the Spurs people, and that's how it went down. The superstar that weekend was my dad.
Hello?
Hey, Mom. If you had to compare Daddy to a basketball player in the NBA, who you say? I mean, I know you don't know that many NBA players, but who you think?
Should I compare him to? I don't know. I would say his favorite player is LeBron James.
Yeah,
I don't know who I would compare him to.
he definitely ain't LeBron.
He might be. Your daddy can hoop.
Yeah, he could hoop, but he ain't LeBron.
Man, that was an amazing story.
Well, thank you. I have great times with my dad.
That was great.
Yeah.
That's a really good story. All right. Well, hard to beat that. Someone's dad was in their life. Okay. This is award season, of course. Hollywood has the Oscars. Mostly Football does it big with the Jeromes. Okay, here's the deal. We're gonna pick our favorite low-budget black movie of all time. This is our list. We got some classics in there for sure. Our rule, the films had to cost under 10 million bucks, and none of the craft services could have had any quinoa or kale. Ben, as a token white guy, you go first.
Yeah, I was really excited about this segment in the production meeting this morning. So I'm gonna go some classics, obviously, on that list. Some not on the list. Juice. I know what you did last summer in the hood, or what was that movie called? Don't be a menace. So drinking your juice in the hood. That was a good one.
Great save.
I'm gonna go with let's see, Friday. I think Friday's a classic. I think a lot of white guys quote that movie. White guys like smoking weed too, and I think there's a lot of memorable moments, more so than some of the sequels that would follow. So I'm gonna go with Friday.
Can you give us your best Smokey impression?
Damn!
That's the best.
Oh, damn, Smokey!
Smokey over here taking a shit?
Well, off this list, I would have to say that my favorite movie on this list that I haven't seen anything that's really funnier than this is Life. Life is hysterical. It's funny from beginning to end. Clyde, what you gonna do, Clyde? Clyde, what you gonna do? If you would hand me that gun, I would shot your ass off the bottle. I'll be the first thing out of here. We're in the big house.
Really good movie that's got a lot of heart to it and some serious moments. And
man.
it's just really
Honestly,
fucking
I
funny.
don't even see that movie as a low-budget movie because you have Martin Lawrence at his prime and Eddie Murphy at his prime and Bernie Mac and the stars-studded cast. That's crazy.
It's like a $100 million tentpole event movie.
Jiggly, I'm the pappy of that baby. Jiggly. I like that movie a lot.
You doing that was disturbing. Let's see, low-budget black movies. This list is great. I mean, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Keenen Ivory Wayans,
yes.
Incredible. House Party. Some of these movies, maybe because I was just low budget as a kid, they didn't feel low budget to me. House Party was
like
huge.
events. That's the biggest house party ever.
Meteor Man, come on. There's meteors involved.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
Okay,
though.
but look, my movie is not on this list, and it's called Fat Beach. It's a Brian Hooks film. This dude is a comedian writer who was just making all these independent movies back in the day that would only be on BET late at night. And the movie was so low budget that the main character, in some scenes, he would have a curly fro, and other scenes, hair short as yours. And they did not give a fuck. That's how
crazy.
low budget it was. Fat Beach, watch it. I dare you.
Actually seen
It's horrible, right? But still kind of enjoyable.
The last part of the life, the really part I like is when he was like, he said, hey, can you read this for me? He's like, damn, none of y'all can read. He was like, well, your grandmother died. Oh, her son died too. The dog died.
Yeah.
Oh, your mammy died. Oh, yeah, your pappy. He finished reading. He was like, anybody else got something you want me to read? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I feel like it just got a little sunnier in here thanks to Adam Caparel joining the show. Nice to see you, dude. How's everything? Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
All right, Adam, we've learned this season outside of your love of all things gambling and self-loathing, you hate holidays, dessert, the Jets, trash, and smiling. So we're going to open the floor for your take on this very special holiday, Valentine's Day, in the only edition of Happy Thoughts with Adam Caparel.
Thank you very much, Ben. If I just summarize Valentine's Day in one word, it would be
trash.
Trash indeed it is. On this overhyped, over-commercialized Fugazi holiday, you guys need to know that for us males, it is nothing but a stressor. And I know that ladies out there, you want it to be a really special day and you want to have your love affirmed and validated. You want your relationship with your significant other to mean something. You want it to be all, roses and petals and love emojis and all that other jazz. But you need to know for us guys, it is really, really stressful trying to deliver on the big day in a big way that isn't going to put us in the doghouse, read your mind, connect all the dots, and basically do all the extra things that you guys really low-key want, but we never know how to give you. And for single guys like myself and James, it is even worse because we get inundated with those lovey-dovey commercials on ESPN, and then we have to go to our Instagram feeds and see all our booed-up friends extol the virtues of their awesome relationships and their endless love. Meanwhile, we're in our mid-30s, single, and failing in society because we don't have kids.
Facts.
There you go. It's almost enough to make you drink and listen to Drake and get all in your feelings. So for all those reasons above, I'm giving Valentine's Day the massive Mike Francesa hand wave treatment. Listen, all the money I saved tonight, not taking someone out to dinner, not getting them a gift, and not getting them flowers, I'm going to spend on some self-care, namely a bottle of tequila and gambling on the NBA. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Whoa, whoa.
Why don't we wait to the last episode for that segment?
I like happy thoughts.
I love happy thoughts.
I would say this.
It spoke to my spirit.
As a married man who has been married, like, once you're like a real relationship with real people, Valentine's Day is not a thing. I think after you graduate high school, Valentine's Day no longer exists. Like, I'm not buying you a box of nasty-ass chocolates where I gotta play, guess which one's good. I don't wanna fucking go through that shit. It's like 80% of the box is bad and 20% of the box is good. I don't wanna buy you no fucking roses for the people on the side of the street, or I don't wanna do any of this shit. I bought you roses on a regular Tuesday because I'm that awesome. Like, I don't have to wait till February 14th to tell you that I love you or to express my love to you in the world. So everybody who wants to be validated by their significant other that say that they do love you, I'm with Adam on this one. Fuck that shit. Fuck Valentine's Day. I ain't buying no Valentine's Day card. I ain't doing none of this shit. Although we did give Valentine's Day card for my daughter when she's going to school, but she's not out of high school yet, so it's big. She's 5.
I had dinner plans with Mariah tonight, but she just texted me and said she's going to African dance class, so I guess I'm on my own.
It's bad enough, of course, to break the law. It's pure dumb shit. It's a pure dumb shit maneuver to post about the crime later on the gram.
Yep.
Police in Wilmington, North Carolina charged Courtney Lawrence with assault with a deadly weapon after she ran down a woman who was walking with her ex-boyfriend, and then Courtney posted a smirking selfie next to the damaged car. Time for You're Better Than That.
What? That bitch Oh, that's savage. It's like taking a picture with the gun you kill somebody with.
Today's winner, this dude, who is clearly so hammered he tries over and over again to put his pants on a shirt, not once realizing they're pants. I also love how none of the homies bother to help him out. You are all better than that.
I saw this shit and I was like, man, being into like hockey and being Russian is kind of awesome sometimes. Those guys are letting it rip, but what a fucking disaster.
Your homies gotta be better.
Yeah, I mean, the homers are too hammered to be paying attention to their friends that try and put pants on his head. But that bitch that hit that nigga with the car, what the
Yeah, that really fucked you up. You're like,
damn, she took a picture with the car. Like, that's like making him a murderer. When did it snap? Exactly.
For real. All right.
Bro, that's crazy.
We've had a blast making this show. Mostly Football has been fucking awesome these past 24 weeks. Here are some of our favorite moments. Coach Bob, please roll the tape.
Coach Bob!
Welcome, everyone, to Mostly Football, the only legit NFL pregame show because we actually keep it 100.
First of all, my mom is not to be brought up on the show. Second, I was speaking about my mama.
This might be lit.
So you want me to do slavery and the Titanic? And I got to pay for it? Marty ain't doing it.
We're rewarding ridiculousness. We're rewarding this self-exploitation of America, and it fucking is infuriating to me. These people aren't set up to succeed on any level in any way in society.
I like this guy.
I give -5 fucks for this.
I moved the team to Vegas. I did everything.
Welcome back to Dr. Trill. I will knock you out like a light-skinned did.
Not clear.
Oh no! Guys, I think it's the police.
Has this ever happened to you before?
Never.
It's like pine tree or some shit.
Oh, he's eating it now.
What is it?
Some bullshit.
It's Big Boy from Outkast.
Love you, brother.
That dummy's DMs as well? I'm okay with that.
Oh, no.
They just met.
Go
They
for
just
it.
met. They just met.
Hear ye, hear ye. Introducing Adam Caparell, the worst gambler in America.
So much quarterback analyzing.
Yeah, but are you
All
giving him a
right,
sympathy
James,
vote?
we already
That's
talked
what it
about
is.
Kevin Hart losing the Oscars
I vote for
hosting
my brother
gig.
every year.
We've got the odds for the next Oscars host. I shouldn't have wiped my eyes, damn it.
Oh my. Is this coffee? This tastes like coffee.
It is coffee.
I hate coffee ice cream. There should never be an ice cream after coffee.
OJ.
Yeah!
What's up with the tape, guys? We need to get a bigger budget.
He's spoken like a true Bennett brother. All right, this
Okay. These two rappers played Silas and Jamal in the original How High.
What the fuck is that?
These two rappers. Kid and play. Let's go.
Whoa, no.
How high are you?
That's your movie,
face came off.
That has to be the worst promo.
I could do this all day. I love this.
I like Barbara Gordon because Barbara Gordon turned into Batwoman, and she was pretty cool. She drove a motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
She had this dope red hair that my husband. I'm gonna borrow this.
Borrowing
that from your Superhero night. Mostly Football coming live from Atlanta to this day. We're the best show on TV to this day. And nobody fucking with us to this day.
Somehow cropped out.
Well, guys, that's it. Hey. Well, guys, that's it. It's been an amazing year. We have an amazing show. It wouldn't be possible with all these amazing people you see on the set right here. We had a lot of foolishness. We had a lot of shit that shouldn't have made it to the screen that was able to make it to the screen because these people fought for it to make it to the screen. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys and girls because we do believe in equal opportunities here at Mostly Football. It wouldn't be Mostly Football if I didn't say that. It wouldn't be Mostly Football if I didn't say that. So there's some people who aren't here with us right now because they took other jobs, but we're able to have a lot of people who did a great job and things like that. So shout out to Yahoo Sports for giving us a chance to bring this to life. We look forward to the next season. And shout out to you people for tuning in. If you don't,
Complex.
Oh yeah, shout out to Complex 2. Shout out to Complex 2. We fuck with y'all, y'all fuck with us. So goodbye, happy Valentine's Day, and whatever the fuck you gonna do. Don't make babies tonight. They cost money. Bye.
Complex Networks.